Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you're all having a wonderful start to your week. So over the past few days, there were a couple of updates that happened. So I just wanted to share those with you so that we are all on the same page. As many of you are aware, the Department of Labor's workers' classification rule is now in effect as of today, March 11th. But there are some efforts to overturn it. And this is not the only new rule that is getting some pushback. It's also the beneficial ownership information reporting. So let's go ahead and chat about it. Ready? Let's go. So since my last market update that I did last Thursday, I have been scratching my head as to why we saw a net increase in carrier population week over week after seeing decreases for over a year now. But then when I started reading the comments, a lot of you have said that it is probably because of the new independent contractor rule. And it makes absolute sense. Probably there are some people who would rather get their own authority rather than be labeled as an employee. But there is an update regarding this rule, other than the fact that it went into effect today. So a mini background. The person who implemented this new rule is the same person who implemented the AB5 law in California. Well, now, according to Overdrive, on the legal front, a coalition of groups, including the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, the American Trucking Associations, and others, is suing the Labor Department, acting DOL Secretary Julie Su and Jessica Lumen. The lawsuit was filed in the Eastern District of Texas. In the new lawsuit, the plaintiffs claim that the 2024 rule fails to address and will only add to the confusion over the proper classification of independent contractors and will irreparably harm not just companies employing independent contractors nationwide, but the workers themselves. Well, will this lawsuit be successful? Well, according to SHRM, the rule faces at least 4 lawsuits alleging the regulation is illegal. The growing pile of lawsuits threatens to disrupt the Biden administration's implementation of the new rule. So basically, we are now again in limbo, just waiting to see which way the wind blows. Now let's take it a step further. We saw that the net carrier population increased week over week, and we're assuming this is because of the new rule, right? The new independent contractor rule. The question is, what is happening with trucking jobs? Well, according to FreightWaves, jobs in the truck transportation sector mostly treaded water in February, while warehouse jobs continued their long slide, according to the monthly report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Specifically, BLS reports that the truck transportation sector in February saw a decrease of 300 jobs. In January, there was a decrease of 4,200 jobs, and in December, down by 1,500 jobs. Now, FreightWaves further states that on the warehouse side, employment numbers are across the board ugly. They've dropped 11 of the past 13 months. The 6,800 jobs lost from January to February was just the 7th biggest total of those 11, with the low water mark coming in March of last year when 30,000 jobs were lost. Finally, there is an update on the small business reporting, also known as the beneficial ownership information reporting. So according to Landline, a federal court has ruled that the Corporate Transparency Act, which requires businesses to report personal information, is unconstitutional. A U.S. District Court judge of the Northern District of Alabama Court has found that the act violates the Constitution. A lawsuit filed by the National Small Business Association successfully challenged the federal government's collection of sensitive and personal information from beneficial owners. Now, while this is a step in the right direction, realistically, it only affects the members of the National Small Business Association, but everyone else is still required to file by January 1st of 2025. I'm just happy that someone is fighting against this rule. Now, it's interesting to hear opinions about this particular rule, the fact that they collect the information of small business owners. In my previous video where I talked about this topic, there were several comments saying that if I am against this rule, that means that I have something to hide. No, I do not have anything to hide. For crying out loud, I have a YouTube channel where I share everything that is business related. But I am fully against this personal information reporting because number one, it targets specifically small businesses. Larger businesses are exempt, and they're not even embarrassed to say that yes, they will absolutely sell that information to financial institutions as well as other parties. So yeah, that is what is happening right now. I'm just glad that there is some pushback. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep learning. See you in the next video.